Hey y'all, blueberry season is here. We started picking on May 17th, not the earliest I've picked. I think that was May 15th or 14th. In my very long career as a blueberry farmer, this is my third year. So not the earliest, not the latest, but yeah, they are on. So much going on in the garden, and this will add another level to it. Himself has gotten caught up on all the mowing, which then it rains again, and then, you know, it needs to be mowed again. But he mowed everything. He weeded everything last weekend. So it was just Sunday morning when we got up. It was just so absolutely stunning. So yeah, a lot going on. Let me show you what all has been happening here at Pemberley, Oklahoma, and then we'll come back here and talk about blueberries. So yeah, we are getting close to finishing up the mulching back here. You saw that big old pile of mulch I had a few days ago. Well, it is dwindled down. I think I have about a golf cart truck bed left full, just enough to finish up the one little spot. It's the bed that is there at the back of the green area in the middle of the back border. And so I need to finish weeding it. And also I wanted to make sure it wasn't too mucky out here to drive the golf cart around. I think as long as I come up this way and stay up here would be fine, but down in the lower parts where the water stays a little longer, I don't want to drive through there and get ruts in the yard. So I need to stay on the high ground, and I may wait another day or so to do that. But I wanted to share back here, I think this is my favorite spot in the garden right now, except for somebody broke one, either chewed, or it just kind of looks like it got stepped on and broken off by a critter. My forget-me-not. So we're gonna take that into the house. But this particular corner, let me get down here where you can see it. So my forget-me-nots are flopping a little bit because, as I say, lots of rain. But this flower right back here, this bell flower, we'll get a picture and tuck that in there. That's just this little spot with the blue and the lavender. Oh, it makes me happy every time I come by here. And then the ajuga is also blooming. And this variety, this is chocolate chip. But the little blue flowers. So I am just loving the blues and the lavenders right here. Back here in my herb bed, kitchen garden area, the strawberries. Oh, I love these. These are for a variety that I picked up at one of the Amish nurseries a few years ago, and I don't know what variety it is, but I love the pink flower on it. The flower is just as pretty as the fruit. And then all my lavender is just starting. I've got some laying down here. I need to trim it a little bit. But look at this one. Oh my goodness. It's huge. It's just starting to bloom. It's the first one I added in back here. And oh my goodness, look at that. So pretty. And then here's another one. So I have several varieties back here. And then I have over in this side of the herb bed, there's another one. Also, look at this thyme and that sage. We need to trim back a little bit. Oh my goodness, everything is just going crazy because we've had plenty of rain. I wanted to share something that I'm trying new in my garden this year. This is something that I've never grown. I have never attempted it, so it could go really great. It could be a big old fail. We will just see. And that is rhubarb. Now, rhubarb is not a crop we are known for in Oklahoma. You're not going to find rhubarb at the local farmer's market. You occasionally see a few tired looking stalks at your grocery store, but very rarely. So yeah, it's not a crop we grow. We get too hot in the summer and that sort of thing. But this particular plant, this big old pot, was on clearance for $14. I was surprised to find it in the local garden center. I was not surprised upon finding it that nobody had bought it because it's not something we're known for. So I have put it here in the Ireland beds in the Ring of Barra. If you want to know why these are the Ireland beds, I'll link that video for you to find at the end. But yeah, so here it is. Not going to get a lot. We'll get morning sun, a little bit of through lunchtime, but then afternoon shade. And hopefully it's enough shade. It's getting established. I had it down at that end and it was still getting too much sun. It was just flopping every afternoon. So I've moved it here, which moving something twice is not always very optimal because then it's struggling even more. But it's doing pretty good. But today is overcast and cloudy. So we shall see. It may, like I say, it may be a big old gardening fail. The variety that I am growing is called Red Champagne. There's not a lot of information on the tag. It's one of those like Red Champagne. Looks like it gets 30 to 40 inches tall. That's about all it says. So we shall see. And the other thing that I have added in my garden is Proven Winners Easy as Pie Bush Cherry. Now, I have never grown cherries either. But so this is a bush cherry. I saw it on one of Proven Winners sites. I think when I was ordering my other stuff, I saw it and decided I would give it a try. So it does need full sun. Abundant fruit, easy care, fall color, fruit production, hardy to zone 3 to 8, size 3 to 4.5 feet tall and wide, adaptable to most well-drained soils, avoid pruning. So that's good. I won't have to prune. Deer resistance is low, which means if we start getting fruit, we probably will need to cover it. We'll put some like netting or something on it. So I have just tucked this into my herb bed. I'll get a picture and add it in here. Just tucked it into my herb bed and I thought that'd be a great place for it. So another thing we're trying, we shall see. Easy as pie, supposedly. Also on my gardening to-do list, my herb bed needs a little attention. Things are getting overgrown. We need to deadhead the roses and whatnot. We've got, this is the Easy as Pie cherry pie bush cherry that we have added. And so we've also got a ton of mint in here. So that's next up. We're going to rip some of that out and make some mint syrup. We need to deadhead the roses. I've fertilized all the annuals, but I have not fertilized my roses yet. I need to do that. So yeah, we're walking around making a list. Now you can also see my tomatoes back there. They're growing nicely. I do need to get in. I've got some branches down near the bottom that are laying on the soil, and that's not good. You don't want the branches laying down on the soil. That leads to diseases. So I'm going to get in there and kind of trim those up a little bit. And also it's time to put the second layer of the Texas tomato cages on because they are really growing. Peas are coming on. Cucumbers are coming on. I've got a couple of peppers back here that have gotten beaten down in the rain because we had almost 2 inches of rain yesterday and tonight and last night, and it was a pretty heavy downpours at time. So we're supposed to get some more. So it's pretty mucky out in the garden right now. So anyhow, kitchen garden looking good. We're trying new things. Now let's head out and check on the blueberries. So yeah, blueberry season is here. We started picking on May 17th. That was Sunday. Today is Wednesday. And yes, I am wearing the same t-shirt because 1, it's Mr. Darcy and I love this shirt. 2, it matches the blueberries and we have this blue theme going on for blueberry picking season, the beginning of. Got her nails done, although it's almost time to get them done again. So yeah, we'll pick another color. But for now, blues. So yeah, blueberries are on. So let's talk a little bit about blueberry picking. When it comes to blueberry picking, it's pretty easy. First of all, there are no thorns. So yes, I can come out in my t-shirt and pick blueberries. I've also been known to waft out in my caftan in the morning or my jammies in the evening, or get home from out and about running around and throw some wellies on and be in a dress and be out here picking blueberries. So yeah, they're easy to pick. You don't have thorns, so that you don't have, they don't scratch you up not like the scratch I've got over here from a battle with the holly bush the other day. So easy to pick. You want to pick the bluest of blue blueberries, because once you pick them, that's it. They're not going to continue to ripen anymore. So you don't be picking green ones, or these that are like the pinky purple ones that are just starting to turn. Don't be picking those. No, you only pick the bluest of the blue. So good. So good. So what else is there to remember about blueberry picking? Not a lot. Just come out and pick them. I do if I want to take some to somebody. So say I'm meeting a friend Saturday morning, or, early on. Well, then I will pick Friday night and store them in the fridge until the next morning and take them to them. If I'm meeting up with, like next week, I have an appointment to get my hair done and it's in the afternoon. So I will come out in the morning and I will pick blueberries and I will take Lauren some blueberries. So yeah, I try to pick, if I'm giving them to somebody, I try to pick them as fresh as possible. Now we're just starting to pick. So we're there. There's a nice amount, but not a ton yet. So we pick them. And then we just put them in the fridge. We try and spread them out on trays or pans or whatnot, so they're not stacked up, so they get good airflow and they stay fresh longer. And then once, there's another one. Oh, so good. So that is what we do. We also try and keep track in our mind of that tray, we picked that one first, and use the oldest ones you picked first, not the ones you just picked. So there's that. Now, if you just have a few blueberry plants, no big deal. You're just going to go out and harvest. Now, if like us, you have all of this, you need to keep track of where you're picking. So there's a tendency when you first start off, you're very mindful and you're picking and whatnot. So I try to swap off where I'm picking from. So if I start here the one time, the next time I will start down at that end. And that way I kind of, I'm looking at it with fresh eyes. I will also stop when I am picking. I try to be mindful when I'm picking. Not just like, but I will stop and kind of back up and look at the bush. One, because when you're staring at something for so long, your eyes kind of glaze over, and it helps to kind of refocus. But also, you know, you step back and you go, oh, here's one that I've missed. And if they're ready, they just roll off in your hands. Mm, mm, mm. Now, I have been asked a few times, more than a few times, you know, well, since you have so many, I mean, this is here and there's more over there. It's a little mini blueberry farm. And apparently the previous owner would charge the neighbors by the bucket to come and pick. And whilst I could do that, I don't particularly want people just wandering around the property. You know, I also don't want someone coming in and going, oh, let's just pick all the blueberries because we're here, and they pick a bunch of green ones and then you've just lost the blueberry, and it's wasteful. So I pick most of them myself. I would rather just pick them and give them to friends. When we have company on the weekends, if it's somebody that isn't familiar with picking blueberries, I will explain how, once again, bluest of blue, you know, don't pick the green ones, whatnot, and give instructions. But yeah, I don't want just random people wandering through my blueberries, just picking everything because they didn't listen to instructions. So no, we're not going to do a you pick blueberry farm. Now, could we take them to the farmer's market? Yeah, we could, but that would require me getting a space at the farmer's market, and it's a short window of time. I'm not growing produce for selling at the farmer's market. I am growing produce for us to eat. So I don't have enough stuff to be selling at the market. Could I approach one of the vendors I know and say, hey, I have blueberries. Would you like to have them in your stand and sell them and, you know, make a deal with them somehow? Yeah, I could. But once again, that's too much work. So yeah, I could do all of those things, but I'm not going to do any of those things. Basically what I do, I just look at this as a wonderful gift that I was given after the house fire, finding a new garden, a place that I love. And so I just share this gift with my friends, my neighbors, family. If I see you during blueberry season, you're going to get a bag of blueberries. And then I freeze a bunch. And so, yeah, pretty much works out that if you give enough away, you know, we have plenty for us and plenty to give away. Which leads me to, I don't know if you would call it a final Friday thought, just something I've been musing on. So I used to have this really great dress. It was a blueberry print sundress, and I actually made it. And I got it out every summer and wore it during the heat of summer, blueberry season. I would wear it. And I lost that in the house fire, along with a lot of other really cool outfits. It was in with it was in the seasonal stuff that I didn't wear very often. So it was over in one particular closet, and everything in there I lost. Ren Fair costumes, you know, party dresses that you didn't wear very often, things like that. So yeah, I lost the blueberry dress, but I gained a blueberry farm. Who knew? Who knew? So yeah, things happen. Life moves on and changes, and just like your garden is always changing, life is always changing, and you just do the best you can and share some love when you can. So that's it. I'm going to go pick today's bit of blueberries and check out, I haven't picked out the Flower Friday yet for this week. We're still waiting on that. So it will be here on Pemberley, Oklahoma YouTube community page Friday morning at 7 a.m. It will also be on Pemberley, Oklahoma Instagram about that same time. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and hopefully there's a long-term project that's been going on. Hopefully it gets done this weekend and we can share that next week. Hopefully. And stick around. We have one little very cute extra that I recorded on my phone. But I want to share it. So it's instead of like YouTube screen this way, it's social media this way filming, but I'm going to include it because it's so adorable. So that's all from the Pemberley, Oklahoma blueberry patch. We'll see you next week. There we go. I got some video now.
Oh, they're getting a bear. That's what they're doing.
Dang the bear.
Taking that below.
Little guys.
Coming out right there. Barely see them. They're big.
So teeny. Oh, I see them. Yeah, I can just barely see them now.